Welcome, guys, back to the I Love Wrestling podcast. I'm your host, Justin Woolwine, and we have the return of the greatest tag team of all time, Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boyz, the current TNA World Tag Team Champions. How we doing, fellas?
We're doing
Good,
good,
man.
man. We are hanging out in Nashville. We're getting ready for the big events coming up on Friday, February 13th. We are having No Surrender. It's going to be a huge pay-per-view event, TNA. And then on Saturday, February the 14th, we are taping a few episodes of Thursday Night Impact. And I think Jeff's going to scoop you right here.
Yeah, we're actually having an 8-man tag on that Friday night show. It's going to be us teaming with the Righteous against Order 4. So it's going to be a great 8-man tag.
And Daria, who is the new GM to a degree, new matchmaker, she's kind of forcing us into this match because they really want that. They want to team with us and show us that they are very much loyal to us, and they're going to show that we're better together as a group, as a faction, than we are separate.
And I've been wearing white outfits. Like this is the fourth time this week I've been wearing white outfits. So man, I guess
Are you feeling a little righteous?
I might be digging what they're saying. What am I saying? So I
know.
just wanted to share that with you. Who knows?
If you start snapping, man, we're gonna have to talk.
Maybe.
Oh. Snap with the juke. It could be interesting. I like
Yeah,
that. That's something. That's something. I mean, speaking of the righteous kind of come in TNA swinging with their eyes on you guys, kind of with the tag team division. What's it like for you guys at this stage in your career to work with guys so hungry, creative, and willing to do anything to make a statement, not only in TNA, but on the industry as a whole?
I mean, it keeps us motivated, man. It keeps us on our toes. Jeff is a little beat up right now. He's dealing with a little bit of a neck injury, but still, inside, we still, our soul, our spirit, we might be 51 and 48, but we feel like we're 21 and 18. Our soul, we're still hungry. We still love this, and we're very passionate about pro wrestling. We're so proud to be part of this resurgence that TNA is in. It's been massive. And TNA is back in the great game now that we're on AMC. We're on a network which allows us for almost limitless growth, which is very, very exciting. As the weeks go on, the numbers are going up, which is a great positive sign. And I think people are going to continue to discover our product on AMC. They're realizing that they have pro wrestling there. AMC's never been in any kind of venture like this. They've only done movie stuff. So to do live TV or sports or athletics at all is a step out of the norm for AMC. So I think people are going to start learning more and more about our product, and it's going to continue to keep growing.
Now, I've been dealing with two bulging discs on the left side of my neck, and it happened when we dropped the titles, our last appearance in NXT back around Halloween. So it's been very aggravating, but it's better than it was at first, much better than it was at first. And I'm just the TNA medical team has kind of guided me through it, and I started taking some peptides yesterday. So hopefully that helps and gets me back to 100% sooner than later.
Is there any talks of like surgery or anything, or is it something that'll just
Oh,
naturally maybe heal over time?
yeah, hope it'll naturally heal over time. But my
Okay.
two options were from my family doctor was neurosurgeon, talk to the neurosurgeon or
Mhm.
pain management. I said I think I'll just deal with the TNA medical team and
I
have
like
them
it.
guide me through it. So everything's been great so far. And it's definitely better. Even wrestling, I was freaked out about having a one-on-one match with Mustafa Ali, but because I enjoy his work so much and wanted to be the best I could possibly be. And but it felt better. I think it was naturally aggravated a little bit in it, but it's definitely better. And hopefully these peptides make it much better.
It definitely has to help being in the ring with such professionals like Mustafa Ali, the Righteous. All these guys are seasoned, so it's nice to see you guys be able to do your thing in a safe and comfortable environment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
working with Righteous, I've always dug their vibe, man. So it's super exciting working with these guys, man. And I'm hoping and praying we are the first cinematic match on AMC. That's super exciting as well to think about that.
I know in other interviews, like specifically like Van Vliet's, you guys have talked about kind of the creative aspect of doing different deletions and things like that and getting creative with cinematic stuff. With the Righteous, is that something I might be asking too far behind the curtain here, but is that something you guys have thought about how you could combine your creative efforts to really put something maybe we've never seen before together?
Yes. I mean, I think that is destined to happen before it's all said and
Okay.
done, with this rivalry. I think there'll be some twists and turns, and we're going to try and keep it as entertaining and as unpredictable as possible. But I think when it's all said and done, those guys ultimately they want to bring out Broken Matt and they want to bring out Brother Nero. And I think the Righteous versus the Broken Hardys, I think that match would possibly have a strong chance as going down as
Mm,
one of the greatest cinematic matches of all time, especially with everyone's characters involved.
I like it. So, I mean, we've seen you guys change so many different characters throughout your careers, whether it's Brother Nero, whether it's Willow, whether it's the charismatic Enigma, and then Matt. We've had Big Money version one. Just go down the list. Are there any chances that we see some new faces or even some returning faces that could come to reality?
I think you may see the Hardy Boys actually become the goats, where we kind of
Mm,
lean into it that we are the greatest of all time to a degree. Maybe we become a little big headed, and maybe we talk a little more trash. I don't think it's a turn where we become bad guys and we become villains. I
yeah.
think it's where we become a little more edgy and we start talking a little trash. I think we can make it extremely entertaining.
Okay. Kind of like an evolution of the character that's already there. I like
Yeah,
it.
but we would definitely take it to another level.
Okay. After our last conversation it happened just before Bound for Glory, you guys were heading into your crazy battle with the Dudleys, which I have to say, one of my favorite matches of 2025. Um,
Thank you.
when did that match become a reality for you guys, and what went into like putting the pieces together to even make that match possible?
I was on cloud nine at the end of our match at Slammiversary when we got the Fear Factor ladder spot. Man, I was so amped up. I had no idea Bully Ray Bubba was going to come out there, and when I was like, "Wait, is this for real? Is this going to happen?" So yeah, I was totally surprised by that.
That when we knew that that was something on the table if Devon could get healthy enough to be fully clear to work in a match, and we had heard some back and forth, weren't sure if it was going to happen, but Bully Ray came out, and he came out. We had no idea he was coming after the match. We just knew something was happening, and he came out, and I think Tommy and him did it that way, so they would get a real authentic, organic reaction from both of us, and that's when we knew it was going to happen officially then. And then our main objective throughout the match was to get Devon through it healthy in one piece, kind of protect him, go out of our way to protect Devon at all costs. And dude, when it was all said and done, we did enough of our old stuff and breaking tables, and we tried to hustle. Jeff did a big swanton off the ladder, and the emotion and the story we told between the characters is what got everybody emotionally invested in the arena. There were people crying at the end. We knew that Devon was going to retire after this match if we could get him through it in one piece, and we had no idea that they were both going to take their boots off and retire and then give their boots to us, which was really cool. Something original and unique that's never been done in pro wrestling before.
Definitely. So like with all that emotion and electricity in the air, the moment the boots get handed to you guys, how were you guys feeling post match, leaving, kind of when you get to the hotel or wherever afterwards to simmer down? Like how are you feeling?
I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on when they handed us the boots, and even when we got in the back, I was talking to Matt. I said, "Wait, is that a thing?" And Matt said, "It is now." I said, "Oh, okay, I guess it is." But it was just, yeah, it was cool. And naturally, I was in tears like towards the end because it made me think about when our time comes to retire and all that stuff. So yeah, it was very emotional, but it felt so right to be in there with them for their last match, and yeah, I was super happy with the outcome of it.
Have you guys got the chance at all to talk to them afterwards since and kind of reflect on the moment at all?
Yeah, we've had several conversations with them. We did Devon's podcast, although I think he said
Oh
the
yeah,
audio didn't record or whatever. Um,
they
we
have to
we
delete it.
we have interacted with them quite a bit, and everybody was just over the moon thrilled with how it turned out.
Yeah, and my buddy from Germany, Falco, did a beautiful piece of us all hugging, like so he immortalized that in form of a painting, and yeah, that was like super special.
That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Just talking with you guys and several other TNA talent. when it comes to the AMC deal specifically, some people have admitted that like working with WWE might have been something that helped to get you guys in that place. How do you guys feel that, the product that you guys have put together at TNA and working with WWE helped prepare you guys for AMC? And overall, the how has the partnership with NXT and TNA been received by you guys?
I'm a big fan of the partnership. I think it did a lot for TNA as far as having people be aware of TNA and Total Nonstop Action, knowing that it is in existence, especially when we were on Access TV, which a lot of people didn't have access to. But just popping up on NXT on the CW was a extremely positive thing. And us going over there, we were the first TNA contracted talent to win a WWE championship, which was the NXT tag team titles, which was a great moment for us. So that we've won all the WWE tag team titles that there are. We are the only team to win WWE tag team titles in 4 consecutive decades: the '90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and now the 2020s, which is a very cool fact. But no, man, it's TNA, everybody there. It's a great locker room, very selfless. Everybody works so hard and everyone's working for the greater good. There's no real egos, there's no politics going on. And everybody did work really hard to get us to the spot with AMC. And I just think that the WWE partnership has just been a positive. It has helped kind of boost the awareness of TNA in general.
Definitely. Couldn't agree more. You guys are heading into Nashville. You're in Nashville, I should say. How are you two feeling being in TNA's original home in Nashville, Tennessee? And kind of what can we expect out of the Hardys from these semi-hometown events?
It's super cool for me. I remember when we were just doing the fairgrounds, and then we started on Spike TV, and now to be here in 2026 on AMC, it's so cool that I've been a part of both these kind of transitions. But yeah, everything's great, and I feel like we're exactly where we're supposed to be. So I think everything worked out the way it was supposed to. Especially even when my AEW deal kind of ran out, there was a part of me that said, I wonder if I just take this deal from AEW and try to, uh, build myself up to this amazing superhero wrestler, and stay there for a year and just see how things goes. But then I was watching the Will Ospreay match. I was like, no, I need to go back to TNA. I need to go to TNA. I think I need to go to TNA and tag with my brother and do the Hardys thing and help them evolve. So yeah, I think everything worked out exactly the way it was supposed to.
Yeah, man, it feels real good in the Lord's 2026, man, to be back in Nashville with TNA. And Nashville's a great wrestling city, great traditional fans. We're going to be in an absolutely amazing facility called the Pinnacle, which is a new place, and it's going to be a great housing arena for TNA, man. And hopefully, it's going to be a stop that we end up making many more times in the future.
Definitely. I do want to talk specifically about the AMC debut just a little bit. Obviously, you guys were a big part of that, the opening match. How were you guys feeling going into AMC? And even for like, I know there's some people on the roster that maybe haven't worked live TV or haven't been on that level of broadcast before. What was it like for you guys to even be able to help them maybe ease some nerves and give some advice on how to work on this? I don't want to say level, it sounds bad, but this level, for better words.
I mean, yeah, we're open to giving any advice. If anyone comes up to us and asks us, like we've been doing this a long time. We've been around the block several times, and we're definitely up for giving anybody points or tips, whatever. It was great. It was a big honor to be the first match, I think, on TNA's AMC era. We were very proud of that. And I'm proud of how the ratings have grown, especially over the last 3 weeks, and they've gotten bigger. And once you factor in the TNA Plus and the AMC Plus, I think those are about 1 million. So I mean, we're doing good, man. We're doing really, really strong numbers. And that may or may not have been sarcastic. But we are doing very, very well. And I think it's just going to continue to grow, man. I think people are just AMC. This is their first venture with pro wrestling, as I said earlier, and I think more people are going to continue to tune in, especially if we deliver a good product. And we've been doing that the last couple of weeks.
And one other thing that's very exciting about what's going on with me from this neck injury, it's been an extreme positive from the neck injury. I think I know I finally got me a submission, man, that I'm going to be using, and I'm perfecting it. It's not perfected yet, but it will be soon. So that's very exciting. It just, makes me think with this injury to work smarter and all that. But it's so many things have been done with the human body as far as submissions, and it's something that's never really been done. So I finally, after all these years, I think I have me a submission that's going to be a good one. So when I can't, throw the swanton bomb, I can lock in this move.
Jeff's gonna go strong 10 more years just as a submission wrestler.
He's going to be the next Brett. Is that the goal? um, One more question. I'm gonna let you guys go because it's
Hey,
been an
Spencer.
honor. I know you got stuff to do. But as far as like looking at the TNA roster, we just had the system kind of, switch up their playing field. You got Order 4, obviously the Righteous are right there. What are some teams that maybe we haven't seen you guys tangle up with, or even we have, that you guys want to mix it up with during this current tag team title reign?
I mean, I think there's more work for us to do with the system as well. I'm a big fan of the Great Hands. I like those guys together, John
Yes.
Schuyler and Jason Hodge. I think the system was, they were ready for a new reboot. I think Cedric Alexander and Bear Bronson are two amazing prospects. I think they're going to make the system very, very dangerous. So it depends. Whoever they throw out, come for us. I still, man, we're all about it too, man. I would love to have a dream match at some point, especially considering the history in TNA. For one of our big shows, our big pay-per-views, send out the Motor City Machine Guns. Let them go one-on-one
Yeah.
with us one time because
Yeah.
that's a match we've never had.
Okay.
Or the
Jeff, you
Street
got any?
The Street
Ooh,
Profits, for some reason, man, because I'm such a big
okay.
fan of them. So yeah, that's kind of on my bucket list of tag team matches that I would like to bring into reality before it's all over.
Or now that you said this, we're talking about cinematic matches. Maybe we end up having a cinematic match with the Righteous, and somehow we end up coming out very civil at the end of it when it's all said and done. Who knows? What if we did the Broken Hardys and the Righteous versus the Wyatt Six?
Hey,
Mm,
that
I
sounds
like this.
super interesting.
Yeah, just throwing it out there.
I like it. Manifestation. I like it a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Thank you guys so much. As I said before, we'll do this, hopefully get to do this again. It was an absolute privilege. And, thank you guys.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
you.
you,
Thank you,
man.
my man.